stream. If you leave it too long to go onto your stream in that, like I did, because I was mucking around, it's just all slow. Now, when I move my hand, it looks all nice and free to me. It's not dragging. So yeah, that's off to a good start. So I got Willy's MilkBar coins. I just thought I'd show you that. That's one of my sample ones that I've done. I did 3 of them. That wasn't the one I sent. Anyway, I'm going to send one if Snapper comes on. I'm sending you that, buddy, with a wooden spoon drawn on the bottom for getting last. He wanted a wooden spoon one, so I won't make one up. I just drew a wooden spoon. Sort of looks like, I don't know. Anyway, so it's the second one of them sent out. So that's why I put number 2. So that's going to be the Snapper for playing my game. And that was just another different one. Oh no, that's right. I'm going to send that out to Dave White. That's right. Pretty sure I'll put one of them in there for him. Oh, I will be anyway. So yeah, one of the badges. How you going, Reef? No, Julie Buddy Gigs here somewhere, because she was. I don't know where she went, but she was waiting. Because I've got Willy's MilkBar coins. I've got 2 bags of 5 cents and 2 bags of 20 cents, $10 in each. There's 100 coins in the 20s, but there's 400 coins in these 5-cent pieces. And I see there's a couple of 10s in here too. So I'm in a different spot here. I hope it's bright enough. There's enough light coming in. I've got a window facing outside with the sun because it's like 33 right now. So, you know, 100 degrees. But yeah, I don't know where Julie went. Let me just, she left a message in, I don't know where she went. Sorry, Julie. I'm going to start doing these, but anyway, these are 5-cent coins. So, like I said, there's 200 in each one of these. And I'm going to put these somewhere where I can just throw them on my board. Julie, good on you, got here. I was worried that you'd missed this one, because that last one, it was all because I wasted time getting on here. So yeah, Willy's MilkBar coins, and I've got the camera pretty close here just to start off with. So look, it's just simple what I do. Again, I've told you, I've done this for so long, I've had enough of flipping these to look for rotate, so I just flip them. That's it, because double headers for the 07, and I just flip them. If you find rotates good on you, but my fingers and your fingernails, I've never found one, so I more or less gave up flipping them for rotates, the same as the $2. They just take, it takes long enough to find anything on these to start with, let alone doing that. Yeah, it's a bit hot out here. Yeah, I've got the screen, just if you can't hear me, I'm turning the screen a bit, but the screen is further away than where I'm standing, and I need my glasses for looking up close, and the screen is actually, well, it's further away, so everything's sort of a blur. So, anyway, I'm just going to try and get these. So what I do is I put them into their effigies, and I put everything from 1999 up one end and 1998 down the other end, and then I'll search the lower ends, because the upper ones, well, there's a few in there to look for, but it's down the lower ends under the 99, 98 down is where they mostly are. So so I'll just go through, and I've got so many coins here. I don't know if I can have room to do it, but yeah, I'll just go through and just pick out all the other effigies, spirits, and then it just makes it easier for me to go straight for the jugular, and that's the 72. Because geez, they look similar. Look how similar they are. Those two effigies. That's the holder and the JC one. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just go straight down the bottom for things under 98, and then I'll go and check the others then. And Julie's put me onto the 2014 for Die Clash, so I'll be checking that, and the 2019s for Die Clash, so I'll check them quick. And in the end, so I'll just put them over there, they're all the same. And that's all I'm doing. I'll go back down. So yeah, got them. I've got this light right in my eyes. I don't even know if I can see it properly, you know that, without having my magnifying glass, so that will probably be getting in the way now and then. So I'm 94, 98, 98, 95, 97, 77, 97, 88 I'm on, 78, 78. So those two I'll put there. So I'm just going to put them to the side and check them after. Be the quickest way of pulling them out. And then, well, quick flip over, see if there's anything happening on them. Like I said, these can take quite a while, and I probably won't be looking at the comments too much, otherwise I'll be here forever. These ones will have a quick sniff. I'm not even worried about low mints or nothing with these. Even the low mints are still 4.1 million the lowest, and you're going to find them no matter what. 5-cent pieces, you seem to find everything that you need. They got large head 2001 all spaced IRB. Good luck finding them. I mean, not finding them, you'll find them, but being absolutely certain that they are. I need my other glasses, I think. That's the 2014. Nope. But yeah, the R and B are so close that you nearly can't tell the difference between that and the RB all join. Yeah, so I gave up on them. 2019's Die Clash on there. There's the one again, and the 99's the same. You can look for large heads on them, but and there's different SDs all the way from I think 1991 right through to like 2004 or 3 or something. That there are varieties of different SD sizes on all of them, but I don't get into that too much. There's only so much you can look for. Oh yeah. There's exceptions. Up in the top end, you're looking for any die clashes on anything, which includes the alien or a bug. Looks like a bug head, but because I've never seen a real alien, I don't even know what an alien looks like, but it does look like a wasp or a bug head. Yeah, so there's them, the 2007. Double headers, that's why I flip them for that. And Die Clash on 2019, 2014. Oh, what else? Up in that end, well, you got the Flamingo on the 2001 as well. On the reverse side, coming off the 5, face pointing upwards towards the echidna. You got 2015, got no SD. 2016's got the alien or bug. 2005's they got no SD. 2002 claw cuts all over the claws. 2019 is low mint anyway, 2 mil. They dropped right down from the 4 that it was. And you know, there's just not much up that top end. The best ones are at the top end, the alien and the double-headed 2007. And of course the alien is, you know, you Die Clash, so it just happens to look like that. And as I said before, a Die Clash as with anything, a gold nugget, doesn't matter what it is. If anything that you find looks like something, and that's why I tell you, when you find errors, I've got errors that look like the Pope, I've got errors that look like a 16th century Pope. I've got it on the video. It's an error on the leg of Donald Bradman on his 20 cents. Got to look up close. I got that guy that was flying through the air the other day on the 22 5 cents that looked like it was a rocket dude. Anyway, the point is, if you find things like nuggets and that actually can resemble something and people can relate to, man, you can put 4 times the value on that. You know, that's why the alien ones, because it looks like an alien. Julie's got one on the 2014, and it's got way more die clash on it, coming off. Where are we? On the 2014, all coming off here. I'm pretty sure there's 4 ports. You mark 3, but 4, and off here. Way more than the 2 strikes that the alien's got. She's got all these claws there coming off the side of the head of the Queen. She found that in the 2014. But it doesn't look like anything, and so the alien's going to get more money. Yet hers has got way more definition. So, you know, that's the way collecting goes anyway, isn't it? So yeah, so there's not many in the top end. That's why I'll quickly get rid of all the other stuff out, and that just leaves me just to concentrate immediately straight down to what? The coins that you find readily that are worth money. That's the 72. I shouldn't say readily because you don't find them all that often. And they go for good cash. So all those ones there, I'll flip them in a tick, but first I'll go here. And sometimes, if I've got a ton of them, I'll go down again to the effigies, you know. I'll get down to the 72s, which, look at that, there's a heap of there. Good, let's check them. What I should do, I keep forgetting my camera, I put up this end, and I'm putting everything here to look at. So I'll just have a look, see what I got. 95, no. Want the 88, 81, 76, 77, 66, 78, 82, 66, 82. No. So I'll flip them over. Just for anything happening on the other side. No. So they're gone. And the 88s are now keep there. Get back to them. Then we'll have a look here. A little quick look, see what we can pick up. That's for the flamingo. Checking that one. $2007, come on, double head. Geez, I'd die in the back, so I'd be the best thing to find live would be a double-headed 7. There's nothing going to top that, I don't reckon. Be lucky. I mean, yeah, that's like the cream of the crop. Double-headed 7. Oh, mate, I'd shed everybody's silver coin that's in here right now. I'll tell you, 1 ounce silver. Not bullion either. Premium coins, the better looking. The ones that actually go up in value because they're a coin, not just bullion coin, which is low rate design and low rate strikes. These bullion coins, if anybody wants to know the difference and why they're $44 each to your premiums are $120, it's because of that. They don't put much design into it, much effort. It's just done. Basically, it's just a piece of silver, and they just make it look good with a mint. But they can have problems spotting, not minted good, marks. Probably find errors on them. So yeah, but not bullion coins. It'll be premium stuff. Just coming over to look, see what everyone's doing. 5 cent. I like to buy a bag of 5 kilo worth, $100 there. Well, maybe if you've got long porcelain nails, you might be alright turning these little rats over. But if you haven't, geez, they get up under there and they just... I'm going to move that phone down a bit because I'm working down there, so I might as well go down there. But yeah, they can wreck underneath. Oh look, there's a changeover. Oh, that'd be a nice find live too, wouldn't it? Changeover. The camera's here. Yeah, changeover. Bug alien. Yeah, keep that one there. I don't keep any of them. I don't keep any of the coins unless they're varieties or a 72 or an error or a 1991, 92, 93, 94 Lge SD. Oh, I've gone against my own thing here. Those ones that, man, they just look so similar to that. No, what have we got here? We'll cut them down again. There's a few there. So, the effigies there, 84 ups, 83 down. No, 68, 71, 74s. No, nothing going on there. Yeah, we want 92, we want that one, 96, 93, we want 94, 92, 92. Good, want all them. Alright. Let's check these for any clashes or anything going on. You can get these really good broad strucks, I'll tell you. I've had a couple of them. 2001. For the flamingo, that was, just checking. 19s. 14. Bit 30. I'm doing the wrong end of 10 again. I'm real sorry, people. I've got to stand up here so at least you got an idea. I'm not up too close. 4 years, I'm just 95, that's all I've done now. Yeah, I can't see anything there. And the other thing I'll do is flip them over. I'll do that. Put them in your hand, try not to turn them, and turn your hand over. And you'll get the vast majority already flipped. Saves fingers. Saves a lot of fingers doing that way. That music might be a bit loud, eh? Creeps up on you. I'll have to turn it down. Let's check this. So yeah, just bear. You know, it's not like I'm not talking too much. Well, I'm talking, but I'm not over answering anybody saying anything because I really haven't got the time to do this and that, you know, truth is. You can miss stuff on these easy. And just see, is that a die crack on there? Oh, I'll just look through here. No, it's alright, it was a cut. Looked like a die crack on there. It wasn't. No, there's nothing on there. So I'll see if I can see anyway. Oh, g'day, Jobby. Yeah, I've only just come over. My glasses were seen up close, and I'm standing far away, so I can't read anything until I go and put my head up there. Oh, Taxi, how you going, brother? Still looking for the elusive $1 changeover. Yeah, they're out there. Oh yeah, the rim reed. Yeah, look, if anything's going on with that reed, it's going to be there'll be something on one of the sides that'll show that. You know, on the side there. But if you're talking partial collar or straight collar problems, you'll have something. It'll stand anyway. For me, it'll stick out. But what you can do is, if you feel like doing it, well, you put them all in a roll and you hold them and you turn them around and check. You know, if they're in rolls, you can do that when you get them out and you can hold them. But here, I'd have to put them in, get a roll, turn them around. I can't be bothered. I'll see some traces when I turn it for sure. So anyways, I'll just get back to spreading these out. It's mostly all the newies. So what we got? 82, 87s we want to check. 94s, 90, 96, 97, no. And then just a quick sniff at the back. No, nothing there. So have a look at these ones. I should have put those ones I'm keeping. I'll just get them out of the way, because I've got a bad habit of putting coins into the bucket after I've checked them, because I put them too close. Oh, we're halfway through the 200 here. Still got another bag on there. Yeah, not much really. There's the 2007. Come on, baby. No. Flamingo. No. Die clash on there, Julie, 2014. Nothing. I should be moving all these up so you can see what I'm looking at there. No. I didn't check the other side. No. Just quick smithies. If anyone's writing anything, I'll be there in a minute. No time. Alright, next lot. Let me get over here, see Rose Hazel. There you go. Yeah, no, that's all right. That one's all right. No problems. That's perfect. It's only like 3-4 times. You just enough to bring it up. And then once you catch that, you can go to, well, I can go to this one next, which is 7 times. And then up to my 10 and 20, just depending on the steps, what catches me eye, what's there. But yeah, but I've had that for, I don't know, 30 years now, 25 years. It's broken, I sticky taped it. Yeah. If it ain't broken, well, it's broken, but if it ain't broken, I mean, I ain't going to buy another one. Get a sponsor out there that wants to send me some magnifying glasses to test out. I'll be more than happy. I turned the ball. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll go through it now because I didn't want to do that. Well, I did. I didn't want to start checking them until I've got them all spaced out. Spaced out. Sunday space out days. It is. 70, 95, 96, 76, 81. 93. I want that one. Alright, I've got these ones, they're all turned over good. Jobby, get some. How you going, brother? I was wondering where the hell you've been, mate. I've been wondering where you've been. Been quiet. I'll just drop that music down a little bit. Oh look, it's getting up to... These aren't the easiest things, I suppose, to noodle and put on YouTube, you know, live, because they're quite small. I haven't got you guys zoomed down very well. Look, maybe, you know, we'll see if that's better, but you won't get to see it. It's only going to be if I, nah, it's only going to be if I remember that. Oh, maybe that to put it under the camera at that end and get that out of the way. Yeah, so so that's 7 out, and we'll go here and we'll split them into number 2 and number 3 effigy. Alright, let's see what we got. No 72s in here, and that one is a 68. 80, 76, 84. None of that. Oh, Christine, how are you? Sorry, I've got different glass. My screen's miles away and I've got my short glasses on, so I can't see. I've got to stop, lean over. Yeah. Yeah, you don't change the clocks in Queensland, mate. It's going to upset all your cows. Can't have that. Look, there's a New Zealand 95. 5 cent piece. Yeah, they stopped these in 2005, I think it was. No more 5-cent pieces in New Zealand. Yeah, so they're worth keeping. They don't make them. But I do keep all the international coins. 96, 98, 6, 5, 7, 5. No. Alright, so we're over to the last lot out of that 200 5-cent pieces. Mass amount. I've got another 200 of them to go. Another bag, and then 2 bags of 20s. And don't forget, they get the double rim inside, and it's a tilted die in the pressures. That's what's doing it. It just, especially the 2019 IRB, they look really good. I've got a couple of them. But yeah, every one of them, you have a look, and every one of them, it'll be deep and hardly touching, and it's on the die's gone in on a vertical tilt. Well, the coin's been a little bit that way, probably both. The coin's probably stayed up like that and got hit, and it's put that rim inside it because of the pressures. It just hasn't gone all the way to the edge and made a complete coin. And the 2008s, they get them on both sides. You can have complete circles, partial. They're all over the place. The 2019s look the best. I've got a few uncirculated. They look the best I've ever seen. But they're just well, everything's a mint in error. You know, everything's a mint in error, but that's what it is. It's the pressures, and they're just having problems with keeping those dies square. Somebody's not tightening up the grub screws evenly and squarely. That's what I reckon. Same thing happens with that badge there. If it goes on an angle, it does the same thing. It puts, you know, actually you could do replicas of what happens in coins with that, because the same thing, the picture goes too far over one way or the other. Because it's minted the same. It's got anvil die, collar, and the hammer die. That badge equipment I got. Oh yeah, you guys are probably, I told you it'd be in the way. I'm doing it for me to look at. You guys can just follow along. But it is, for me, which it has to be, otherwise I'm going to miss seeing anything here. Oops. So, that's another 5 cents. I think there's one somewhere. That's one bag down. One bag down. And I'll do a 20 cents next. And so, well, while you're here, I'm going to go through them and see what we got, because otherwise it'll all be at the end and probably too much. So what we got here is changeover, no problems, the 87. So on the 87 here, 1987, on this one, we're looking for the smaller echidna on the 87. So this one on here is the larger echidna. There's my pointer, pointy. I don't even know where I put. Oh, it's up here. So anyway, this is the larger echidna. You can tell by the difference from the SD to the edge, to the inner rim. But the 87 has a small echidna, not a higher or lower sitting like the 72, which is exactly the same echidna. It is not a different echidna. This one has a small echidna and a large echidna. They're actually different size. And you'll see it because maybe one of these has got, there's a smaller echidna. Just by, no, they're not. No, I should have dug one out to show you. There's a couple there in the 80s, I think. But anyway, look for that, the small Echidna 87. I did a post long time ago, pretty sure it's still there, or in a video, and somebody gave me the photos for their one that they had because they found them, a seller. And so they do exist, 1987, small Echidna. You'll tell the difference straight away. It's huge difference. And then the rest ones here we got is 92, 93, 94, 88, 92, 93, 94, 88, 88, 92, 95, 88. So the 88, yeah, we're looking for the broad font variety on these. Yeah, I don't know if I've got enough light here, and it's not, or too much light, because I've got outside light coming in too, so I don't know if that's playing around with the clarity of the light. Anyway, so the 88 here, we're looking for the broad font on these. So I've got one, and I've got it on eBay. I've had it on there I put it on for auction for ages. I put it on for $4. But it's the only one I've found, the only one I got. I thought I had quite a few of them, but when I went through, I realised that I only had one that was a different font. If anything, this one does, but I think it's a slight offset strike. Yeah, it's all flat there, and it's making that look wider. Just bear with me, I just got to check it out a bit closer. No, none of them. They're all the standard. The one way to tell is the T-bar on the T. It'll be really thick. And when you look at the 8s, they'll just look flat and they just look bigger. You'll notice. Very close to the normal, but you need a couple together. And there is, but if you go onto my eBay, you don't have to buy it. Just go on and have a look at the photo, the one I'm selling, and have a look at the photos, and you'll see. And so only one for the whole year, for the last, 2 years. Very, very rare, hard, fine. And I got it for $4 on there. And it won't sell. Let somebody go and find them. See how good you are at finding them. They're really hard. Well, not hard, well, they're not hard to find. They're not hard to identify if you've got two together, but they are hard to come across, that's for sure. So 92, 92, 94, 92, 93, 93, 94. All right. So we're going to look for the large SD on these. No 91s there either. 91 is the lowest mintage of the years, 91, 2 and 3. 91, 2, 3 and 4. But I find besides 91's hard to even find the bloody 5-cent piece. 94s are the hardest to find the large SD. Their standard SD is very close to being like the large SD. And so I'm just going to check myself first. No, that's just a standard SD. On there, let's see if it'll zoom. Come on, silly thing. I don't know what's going on with this phone. But normally this will give me a good clear picture. So I don't know if the lights, I haven't got enough light in here. I can't get it up close. That's a real mongrel. Alright, so anyway, that SD there is the standard SD. And on the 94 anyway, they're a little bit bigger SD than the ones on the 91, 92, 93 that are standard. The 94 is just a little bit bigger, and because of that, it's hard to, it can be hard to identify between that and the large SD. And so that's why with the large SD, what you're looking for is that snake, that SD to be like a snake head. Isn't this a stupid thing? Is it because I've got other stuff in it? Or it's the background? That's a real dog. Normally I get it's all in focus, but that SD there is the standard, and you can see it's a big SD anyway. I'm not going to keep going on that, but yeah, so the 94 is a harder SD to identify because it's near enough the same as the standard SD. These ones, the 91, 92, 93, 94s, you can tell them easily straight away. That one's not standard. Standard. They're all standard, those 92s. So we go to 93s. Find a few 93s. It's been hit just a bit hard to tell. Sometimes they can be hard to tell. Should put a coin there so you can see. Yeah. That's a 93. Yeah, they can be pretty hard. You know, sometimes well, that was a 94. That's what put me off. Let me see this one. I've got to compare it. Yeah, I think they're all the standard SD because they're not jumping out. No large SD, which is quite amazing, really. Normally with that many 5-cent pieces, the 91 to 94s, there'll be a large SD in there. That's one of the very few times I haven't had one in there. So no variety in there. So that's all the 5-cent pieces. So what I get out of that? A Fiji, 5 cent. Oh, Fiji, New Zealand, 5 cent. That's all I got out of that. Yeah, nothing. Nothing out of that 5 cents. There you go. All that work for nothing. Just catching up what's over here. Yeah, the $1. Yeah, most $1 in that, but I have seen that one with the roof. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Then it's really good that people come and watch anyway. You know, sorry, but yeah, I mean, if no one turned up, I'd still be waffling. I'd still be doing it. So, you know, yeah, I'd still be here. I appreciate everybody being there. Makes it a lot better for talking and showing. And the main thing, just everybody trying to pick up something anyway. You know, just a supplement to your own books and your own research, or to head you in a direction to start looking for errors and varieties, not just doing commemorative sets and so forth. But yeah, I just really don't know what's going on with my phone. It just, I'm in a totally different spot. I've actually got the window from outside. Yeah, I've got outside light coming in here, so I don't know why it's not looking very good from my side. Anyway, that stupid screen I've got. I'm getting another phone anyway soon. Yeah, that's right. To find one easier, but yeah, I'm not. Maybe the phone's overheating. It's plugged in. Is that? Better be getting charged. Oh, look, errors. There's Rocky. Just one move here, and I'll tell you, we'll be having bloopers number 2. If I go this way, there won't be a shadow, but I can't do it. Move that down there. I have to come out in just a bit. Sorry, that's me doing that because it's really hard to control. That's sort of close enough, isn't it? But yeah, I haven't got my lights. I'm in a different area. Look for the wave gap on that one. Tried that 2008. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a hard time being able to see these. Oh, there you go, 2003. Nice. And check these for die crack. I only found one die crack on these, one particular die crack, and that's been from that spot there through the dot to the inner rim. Real beaut. I had that one. I think it was uncirculated. Might have had it. And oh look, I remember sometime there was a cud that I found on someone's face here somewhere. So just look for a cuds on there. There was one I had, and a real beaut die crack coming off that. But I like them. I'll be keeping that anyway. There's a real scratched up. (2001) all spaced IRV for the large head, and you can get the small SD here. And that all spaced large head and the I spaced RB die, you can get all them on this one, the platypus, and all of the Federation 20-cent pieces. There are 3 different dies, all joined, I spaced RB joined, and all spaced on all of the Federations, but not all the Federations have all 3 of them. They might have all joined, all spaced, IRB joined, I spaced RB joined, and the all joined. There's a variety. Some have all 3, some have just 2. And I don't know if there's any that have just got 1. I think they all have at least another variety. And then on this one, you can get the large head, but you can get the small SD. But you can get the small SD on its own, and the large head on its own. But I've got them there where you can get them together. They actually put a large head with the small SD. And I've got that. They're the rarest. They're very hard to find. But I might have one, I think, that I found last year, just one. But yeah, so you can get that married up. All spaced large head with the SD. And then you can get the all joined and the I spaced RB joined on this as well, which is the hardest one to find in my books, I'm pretty sure, from when I've looked. Not the all spaced large head, but the I spaced RB joined is the hardest ones to find on these 20 cents. It's not that all spaced. When there's 3 available dies, the I space RB joined is the harder. You'll always find the all joined and you'll find the all spaced. But try finding the I spaced RB on these. Have a look for them. Check your coins. That's the one in my books is the harder to find. Not the large head, the one in between that everyone forgets about. Alright, so that one's not. Where did my megaphone? I need help from here. I don't know how that's looking on there. It's really crappy. Man, I shouldn't have done inside the window here. I don't know if this phone likes this. What if I turn it like that? Well, actually, it's probably because there's not enough light coming in here. Sorry. Man, my lights, I tell you. Julie, I've known about the 3 different SDs for a million years on them, and good luck that you found the 3, if indeed they are. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I have noticed differences between some of them where, yeah, the SDs look like they're different and that, but it could be strike pressures, you know. So I just stick to, you know, some of the things like the large head on the 2001 5 cents. I know they're there. I don't even go there. I know those SDs, there's different ones. I don't even go there. There's a whole heap. If you want to go from 95 or well, all the way from 91 right through to, I think it's 2000 97, 98, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, plus some of the 90s all have a normal and what they call a small SD. But I don't know about a middle one, all right? The only one that's got the large SD is the 91, 2, 3 and 4. And then they've just got a normal SD, except for the 94, which actually has an SD that is in between the normal SD on the 91, 2 and 3 to the 94 large SD. So that's why the 94 is a bit harder to tell. So there are, yeah, you know, I could pick that out with the 94 every time, but there's enough to look for, and unless you're like yourself, you're getting right into them. There's a lot I know that's there, but look, to try and tell people, especially new learn, oh man, you're going to drive them around the bend trying to find that stuff. So I stick to what maybe I think people can find, you know. So anyway, there's a lot of waffle, but just to let you know, yeah, I do know there's a lot more stuff, but it's just stuff that, you know, it's just too much to put on anybody new. They need to get the basics, get into it, really start doing it, and as I said before, you know, make the executive decisions of what they found. Get their books, watch my videos, put it all together, and then try and attack and find those ones that me personally for a couple of decades just give up on. They're just some of them are just too hard, even for me. I know that, and I know I found them. You know what the hardest thing is? It's convincing that other person that it is what you say it is. That is the hardest thing. And I gave up with those ones because some of them is to try and convince somebody of the other SD or whatever. Yeah. Some people are set in their ways, mate. They just, you know. So they don't accept it to what I've told them, so I gave up on them. Let them find them themselves. But yeah, some are very hard to distinguish, and I can distinguish them. But it wasn't the problem of me. The problem was the people I sent them to, they couldn't distinguish them, and so they thought they were getting nothing. Or not right. So, you know, people that buy coins off me, you know, I've told the people that did that, if you're going to buy coins off me, you better know what you're doing. Don't start telling me I'm not right when you haven't even bloody collected for like a month or something, and you're trying to call the shots. So my point to them is, don't buy coins until you know what you're buying, and don't blame me. So I stopped on looking at so many coins because they just don't pay off, and when you do, you get an egg for it, and people bitching. And anyway, that's my gripe on it, and that's why I don't tell everything. You know, I tell you like this one here, you know, that look for these because you can get these even bigger with the cuds on it. And so you need to look for stuff like that when they've got cuds already on them, not being extended bigger than they should be. Yeah, it's not bad, Nick. But International Women's Day. No, nothing I'm going to do. I'll put it there, but I'm not, nothing, I don't keep them. I better take my hand over here because I think I'm casting a shadow. Doesn't matter what I do, I think I'm casting a shadow. Let me see what's Gobby saying. Red poppy. What's Julie was looking for a red poppy, watched mine, and then now she's down the rabbit hole. Got hooked on everything after coming on my. Yeah, heaps of people have after coming on my channel. You know? There's no doubt about that. Howard, my hero. I'm no hero, man. I just did it because I tell everybody every time for the last couple of years, I just did it to stop people getting stiffed on eBay. I sell on eBay, and I've had a gut full of them not doing. You know, there's stuff on there. It shouldn't be on there. You know, for the thousands of dollars that they've put on there, and that's it. It's just misleading, and we're not supposed to mislead. That's against the law here. But YouTube, but eBay allow it. They allow misleading information, headings, and it's just not right with the coins. So I did this anyway. So people were smart enough to come and have a look at my first 7 videos that I put on 8 years ago to show them all the stuff, and then from then on, I've pointed out and told them continuously what I find and everything to find, in the hope that they don't go and get ripped off. But that was, I put them on 8 years ago for that reason, and I picked up again, what, 2 years ago now, and continued doing what I'm doing now. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. I just felt like doing the one-man crusade and try and teach people what they can so they don't go on there and get ripped off. At least they'll have some idea of what they're looking for. I think that's a wave error on here. I think it is. Will this show? I don't know if this will show it. Be good if it did, because I could see it. No. Yeah. Again, these not wave error. Did I say wave error? Stupid me. That's misleading. It's a Privy mark. Yeah, it's a Privy mark from the camera mint. They did it on the 66s with the wave gap, and they've done it on the 2008. The problem I got here is, again, you know, you got to call it correctly if you sell coins, and it's got to be pretty clear. But the problem I got is it might be a gap, but it's been hit just near it, and because of that, if you try telling people or try to sell it, they might say that it's just a knock to look like that, but it's actually a gap. You can see it, there it is, but it's still, again, the shadows show you, but the real truth is when you're looking at it. All right, and looking at it here, if I couldn't sell that, so I'm not calling it. It probably is. It probably is a wave gap, but because it's just had a minute hit there, again, it's that convincing people that it is, and it's just had a knock there. People look and say, no, it isn't, it's just a knock. But I believe that that's probably a wave gap, and just unfortunately, it's had a little hit right there, which has caused it right where the gap is, just this way of it. Anyway, that's how tight I have to be with coins when I'm selling them. Like, it's got to be outright or in the bucket. It's got to be clear called. That's the best word for it, isn't it? I've got to have a clear call, or I don't call it, because what's the use? I'll just keep looking and find another one that is. rather than send one out for the very reason I started doing this and not ripping people off. Nothing on that one. Another one here, 2001. No, all joint, no, Lge SD. Look at them. Alright, where are we up here? I haven't looked at the screen. It's 33 degrees, I've got no air conditioner. And I've got a fan blasting me in the butt, which is doing nothing. Let me just catch up here. Jobby bought them, donated with playing poker at the RSL. Oh yeah, thanks Julie, you're going to give me the next die clash, eh? Thanks. You can. I don't know what that's worth, but you know, it's probably, you know, I'd look at 50, 60, not through. Don't worry about what's on eBay. And again, I'm just exactly the same advice as Porn Stars, the TV show, the porn shop. It's not what they're asking. Have a look in the completed sales and see what they sold for. You know, people are trying to sell 88 $2 coins for $5,000, you know. So, and they're worth $2. So it's not what they're selling for, it's what they sell for. And for me, something with that die clash on there, if I was to put on eBay, I'd probably put on for $60 is what I'd be on. It, you know, for what it is, really hard to find, but again, at the denomination that it is. And I think they're pretty fair prices. The hundreds and all that stuff for that sort of, I'm not there for that. I've been selling for ages on eBay since 2005, and yeah, they're just overpriced. If, you know, for selling it straight away and all that, you know, I think a fair price on that would be $60. If you got more, good, but if you put it at auction, I'd start it at 60. I wouldn't put any less than that. Let's hope we've got a wavy 2 here. I haven't found one of them for many a year. But they're still around. Where's that? That's 66, so let's have a look here. Oh, well, it's the London one because it's connected up. The Canberra one's got the gap, just like on the 2008, and that's a Privy mark. So Canberra's done 2 Privy marks twice, the 66 20 cents and the 2008 20 cents. Because they're allowed to do that, and so is anybody that mints coins. There's no law against Privy marks, but there's a law against mint marks. Yeah, I'm waffling, I should be just getting through this. $68, 40 million. Yet they're the highest people will pay for them. God knows why. Oh, that's in the way, isn't it? I need it to be able to see. 2005, just look for well, a striking error on that 2. Looks like a swan. It's got a, puts it over, like edge over on that, actually on the 2, that the bar, and gives it a wing. So look for that one. I haven't seen many. We're going back to 2005 when that, with that, so I don't know if they're in the books. I don't even have a book. I don't even know what's in the book. I have a Renix book that I bought in 2010, I think. And I got a 73 Renix, original, 73 or 72 Renix. And the only decimal coins in there is the 66. 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 and 50. And the $1, I think. That's all that's in that book, nothing else. That's the only decimals. But it's got all the old tokens from here in New Zealand. It's got everything in there. It's really good. I was going to do a live one night and just start at the start and to see if anybody's actually got something at home, a token or something that's in the book that they might not have. Because I don't know if the books have still got tokens in there, the Renix. I think it does. I think that one I got does have it. But anyway, it's all old pounds and stuff. So, so what have we got? I want that. What's these doing there? I want them. So out of that $10 of 20s, 2 commemoratives, eh? That's all out of the... Oh, look at the stupid thing. It's got a brain of its own, this phone. Steve Punter, hello buddy. I didn't see you there because your pink blends in with Julie's pink dot. You just need to get some photos. And Christine's on the purple there. Happy Sunday. Yeah, I'm just reading what's there. Yeah, Joey, just make yourself your video and put it up there and show people. You can do a post. You can take a photo and do a post and show people your 2005 $2 with crazy die crack. Because that's really really scarce. Oh right, okay, yeah. So go to Jobbies anyway. He's put that in the video recently. I haven't been over there. I haven't had the chance to go over and catch up with anyone at all. But I'm flat out. Let's put it that way. I'm flat out, and I haven't had much time. So anyone out there that I haven't been over, I'm there in spirit. Believe me, as with everybody. But we're all busy and same with me. There's a lot of people don't come over, and I understand they're making their stuff and they got stuff to do daily, and it takes a lot in here. And if they're making videos, lives, I can stay here and stop and stuff. But if you're making videos, you got to do all the editing and that. Man, some days or some weeks you just don't feel like doing it because you know how long it's going to take to do it. And it can take seriously long periods of time. Yeah, days. I've taken days. 2 seconds. I'll be back in a second. Bang the door. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's home, and I heard a knock at the door. I still can't. At the back there. Anyway, I think they're home. All right. Yeah. So sorry. Back to here. Oh, Christine, while you're there, look, Snapper wanted his. He was asking about the wooden spoon badge. If everybody was getting a badge. Sorry, it's not focusing in very good. So this one nobody's had yet. I put him on the top for the eye. Didn't do one there, but anyway. How's coin finds? So he wanted a wooden spoon one. Oh, that's not it. That's not the one. He's not getting that one. Sorry. This one I'm giving him. So this is for Snapper. He took off it before because he was saying about it. So anyway, it looks a bit weird, but it's a spoon, believe me. I don't know. Anyway, he's got the wooden Celebrity Mansion spoon, and that's number 2 because that's the second one that I'm giving out because I think you got the first one. I think you did. Someone got one. Yeah, let me have a look at yours, Christine. Yeah, you got the first test. And I put first test, I didn't put that on here, but that's number 2. From the testers, the first 12 that I printed out. So anyway, Peter, I'm going to send that to Snapper, make him happy, and appreciating him coming in. Jason's got his stuff. You've got stuff coming, badges. Michael's already got his, so you know everyone's got something. Keep everybody happy. Yeah, it's different anyway, hey. And look, who know? Yeah, I don't know many of them I'll make, and so I really don't know. And I might lose track of the number on it too. So if it's got a number on it, you know, the Alzheimer's didn't kick in. Yeah, so you just watch with these. Hopefully I can get this to zoom in here. But you can see it's got knocked. See the knock? And some people might think it's still got the back to it, so now it zooms up. I want it on that last one. But see, it's been knocked right where the Privy mark happens. Well, this isn't a wave gap one. The other one was, but that's what the mark was on the other one, right at the end of it. So people might not believe that it was a wave gap. Yeah, so anyway, that's the point to me being pretty particular and sticky about when I sell stuff. Maybe this phone's overheating. It must be going to die. Let me have a look. It can't be, because it's, I don't know, usually if my phone's going to die, as Christine will know, it starts going out of focus and starts playing up, but it's pretty hot. I know it is, because it's not listening to me. So if it keeps playing up, I'll be having to stop. 2020 cuds everywhere, all around. The die cracks. It's got 12 different errors I found on this. I'd have to get I've got a video on it. Just go and have a look at the 2020 error coins. I don't think it goes very long, and you'll see all the errors and the groups and what was on them to look for. Tons on there. Yeah, I can't get the light right here. I'm trying to look there, trying to look down here. I think I might be better off. No, I don't know what I'm better off doing. Can't see. 81, you can already tell that's a Canberra or Welsh one. It's sunk in. She's down on top. That'll be flat lettering on the bottom of that. Yep, it's all flat. And there'll be no claws. If there are, it's difill. Let's see, it looks like it's got difill. Yep. And see that claw there is actually a full claw with difill. And the very thing you can tell straight away is my computer just crashed. Is that finger is already longer than where it should be. It's about halfway or just a fraction more. So that's up there, and you can see there's a little spike on there, and that's a bit of difill. And that's got the large nostrils, pretty sure. Bit hard to tell. A bit far spread. But yeah, it's all flat based. Oh, the lettering's all flat based. There's no curve base on these. And that's just difill. If I had my other camera and I could do videoing up close, you would see that there is a spike on the top of that. The remainder of that, there's always a remnants, because the die can't fill to the flat of the field. So it'll always leave a spike at the top. You can just see it there. I can't get in focus, but it is there. It's the spike at the top, and that's the remainder of that claw. That's where the fill was. Even if it completely fills, there'll be a shadow of that spike on the field. And you turn it around, you get the light in there, and you'll see it. So there's 4 claws there. All right, so watch out. don't get caught out with them being 81 Canadian minted, because they're not. Any dye fill or anything, any claws missing is dye fill. It'd be on a Welsh or Canberra. That one looked like it was a Canberra because it had the large nostrils. Yeah, just watch it, don't get caught out on that. I think I've got a huge write-up in my eBay that's been on same for the last, well, wasn't since 2005 anyway. And I did that. That was the first time I started warning people about a particular coin that people were just selling with no idea of what they were selling. Just every 81 was a Canadian 3.5 claw if it was missing on the front. But the vast majority were error coins, and they weren't Canadian minted. So I did a big, huge write-up anyway in my eBay on that, explaining it to everybody and sending them off to a video so they can check it and know. And also told them in there, if they buy off anyone else, to make sure that they get a photo of the lettering so they can see it's curve based, and the nostrils, to see if they can, that they're large nostrils, and a close-up of the half claw, and a flat shot to see that it's flat, not concaved. But sellers didn't want to do that. They didn't do them because that's a lot of hard work. They tried pinching off me. I caught a few of them with my photos, which got taken off them. That happened quite a bit back in the day. People pinching all my photos because I took close-ups and spent the time doing it. I'd take 180, 200 photos just of one coin, like the 2007 showing the broad and thin date here. I'd take 150 photos or whatever, and I'd scout through just to get like the best 7, 8, 10. That's it. Bit of offset there, got a bit of finning going on. Bit guaranteed tilted die. Gone down, hit this one first, and you can see it's flat. It's always tilted dies. I can't stress all this that people see. The vast majority is tilted dies. You can see there. It's come down, hit this first, and then there. And as it hit on that angle, that edge there went up between the anvil die, the hammer die, and the collar die, and created that finning. And that's because when it went on that angle, under here the die was a slight little gap between it and the collar. And that metal pushed up into it. And that only happens when it's vertically tilted die. Anyway, so you can get your broad 7 and standard 7 here. So you just look at the two. If it's got a duck tail, well, you can tell here. So that's the broad 7, this one. The variety. I'm shaking. It's not me shaking, it's the table I got it on. So that's a broad 7. The tip of it is different. It's a rounded point. The thin 7 has a pointy point. In the middle, these are elliptical compared to the standard 7. So they're like duck eggs, and a little tail like a duck. The standard has is a bit taller, the serif, and it's square finished. These are circles, you'll see the actual O's. And the 7 leg is thinner, and the tip's different. And that's the finning going on right there. Yeah. It could be offset, but my point here is when that happens, it's got to be because it's tilted and it's gone up. It probably should be a bit thinner, so there's probably a little bit of mix that it might have started going to it and then pulled back and offset onto the rim on the die there. So the die edge didn't get over here. It came in there instead of right up there. Anyway, waffle. Talk too much. Get on the next coin. I've lost my internet. I don't know if people are talking to me. Let me see. I can talk here. Let me see. Just going back here. All right, thanks, Jobby. Gave me a shout out. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, look, I saw them all there. I get all the notifications come in, but when I'm swamped with them and I've got tons of stuff to do, well, I take them out because I can get, I don't know how many I get a day. Yeah, because it just gets too much sometimes with all what you can't watch everybody. It's impossible. You know, like I said, I'm out there in spirit, omni spirit. But yeah, it's very hard to watch everybody's. Yeah, Eric's going to check it out. Christine's going to check it out. Jobby, yeah. Julie Buttygig's going over there. Flat out playing game. Oh man, I'm burning here. If it's green or, well, that depends. Yeah, it depends. More 99% they'll go back. I've got, you know, people, I sell coins, people don't want dirty coins. So yeah, 99% error coins, all that. Yeah, if they're dirty, yeah, I'm not. I don't keep them. They're too dirty, and I've just got the philosophy of, you'll find it tomorrow. That's all I say. Don't have the fear of missing out, because you'll find it tomorrow. There's always stuff coming out tomorrow, today. That's not about 71, you know, for 20 cents. Don't see too many in that condition. There's still, I was going to show Christine that results too. It's the lowest one that you're looking for, but it's still 9 million. God, yeah, some of the lower year coins, I'm a bit skeptical on who put the prices on them. I'm sure it was a pretty desperate coin dealer at some stage, or somebody that was a coin dealer that wrote books. Yeah, it'd probably be him, and put the big fuss on all these. Now you got to pay, because if you want one mint set, you know. But there's plenty of them out there. Geez, 9 million. And plenty to still be found in good nick. Let me just check that. And so these cog marks, I've done a video on them, cog marks. Cog marks are damaged coins. They're not errors, they're completely damaged. They've been defaced by that reading there is hit it. Now the only place on the coin you can get reading on, unless, I'll tell you the one first, unless there was a breakage off here of metal that went on to leave the read mark, but it's going to be like train tracks, straight, going to be crossed like that. More likely to be crossed like that, but that's pretty rare. That don't chip. And so the only place you can get reading on a coin, the only place you can get reading on a coin that's a true strike error is on here, right on that rim. It's the only place, because the only thing that's got that reading is the collar die. And the only way you can get reading on here is the coin goes in and the collar die has had this scraped, and when it goes in it scrapes up and it actually puts them in here, and you'll get markings in there, and it's from the coin. It's the coin and the collar. And anyway, you can all look it up, I don't care, but you can't get in any past that top rim. $2 coins have a lot of them. You'll see a lot of them with 3 and 4 holes on there and they match up with the reading on the side, yeah, that's because whatever happened with the collar, it created it here. But that's the only place. It's the closest to the collar, and it's the only place that they can do it on. On here, what is in the strike that can do that? Nothing. Not a damn thing. That's been clashed with a coin, and it's clash marks. It's just clash marks. You can't get cogs on here. It doesn't happen. I've done it in that thing to stop people paying mega dollars for these coins that are saying cog marks. They're not an error. They're a damaged coin. All right, so just to let you know, if you want to find one, get $2 coins and look at the $2 coins. Have a look at the $2 coins until you find one that's got the reading on the top of that rim. And that is from the collar and the coin going in it. The damaged collar creates it here. It's usually the collar is being splintered, you know, and it's come down and it's cut through the metal or cut on the top. But anyway, look them up and you'll see. And it makes perfect sense. You can't get cogs. What the hell is a cog? I mean, I was still bamboozled over the cogs and whatever. How the hell does it even get there? I like anybody to tell me that's got one that truly believes, no, I'm wrong, and cog marks, errors or whatever. Tell me how it got there. Mechanically, technically, the whole lot. You tell me how it got there. And I'll knock down every single thing that you tell me for the reason for it, because you can't get them past that rim. You can't get them on here. If anything was in there, it'd flatten it. It just can't happen. I'm at what I call the Sherlock Holmes to it, and that means I'm at the end of searching on that. And the end result means that's it. No matter what it is, the end result, that's it. The Sherlock Holmes, I've done everything. And I cannot think of anything that can do that during a strike. It can't do it. It's impossible. Impossible. Can't do it before. It'd be squashed out when it got struck. So it's after, and it's just bang, bang, bang with all those going in, 100,000, you know, going into the hopper in, I don't know how many they're doing an hour. I think it's that, something ridiculous amount. But they just smash each other. Anyway, just to let everybody know that that's the gripe on it. And like I said, if you don't believe me, you know, go and look it up and find out from professionals, not just blogs where people are just in there and really haven't done any homework. They've just taken the word of it and they haven't used any brain and think to themselves, yeah, like, how do they get in on there? What's caused that? And then when you get the reading and you put it on there and it fits in there, yeah. So they're a rip-off. Buying cog coins are a rip-off. They don't exist. They're a rip-off. The $2 ones, I've had them on the edge there, and I've sold them with the cog marks on them. Nah, they're not really interested in them, you know. But people got a lot of interest in the cog when it's not an error, it's not a variety. It's a damaged coin, and I could take this one out here. It's beautiful. The 2022 beautiful coin. How about I take it out in the garage and I start smacking it with a hammer all over? Geez, I could do some real good designs, I'll tell you, all over her, and just tell everybody that, look at what's going on here. There's 50 cog marks on it. That's all I've done is deface it. Anyway, that's my gripe. Cog marks. They don't exist by any means from striking, except for on the rim from collar problems. And that's it. They can't go nowhere else. If anyone can prove me right, tell me. I'm up for it. I'll take the kick in the butt and I'll change what I've been saying and tell everybody and everything else. But you just got to tell me exactly, Not just say it. You got to explain to me how it's done, what it's done, how it got there, why it got there, what causes it. And that's any other than being on the rim. Anything in there. Anything within there. And they're not even consistent anyway. On every coins. Like for an error, if it was an error to look for. You know. Where's the 74? Where's all the early ones with all the cog? I mean, you know. Errors go around every year, every second, third, fourth year. They all crop back up on another coin or the same coin, but years later. And so the same errors, it's what you're looking for basically all the time. Is the same stuff, but you're looking for the better one. My computer's crashed it, as I said. Just bear with me, people. I've got to clean off what I'm doing here. Alright, Dave. Alright, I've got to get on to Dave. Sorry, there's stuff I've got to do too. I don't know if I checked all them. I think I did. Let me just quickly, 81. No, that's concaved, so there'll be flat base letters, guaranteed. Just show you up close, see if that's right. Yep, flat based. All the bottom of the letters are flat based, no curves, because I could tell straight away. So you can't see it, she's down. They use higher pressures, Wales and Canberra. All the claws are there. And that's got the large nostrils close, so it's the Canberra mended. Oh, yeah, here we go. Blooper time. Blooper time. Oh, look. I'm sorry this is going for a while. Well, I'm only on hour 30. Jeez. I'm not going to feel sorry till about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now, there's a 3.5 claw. I don't know if you saw it. That one would be 3.5 claw. All right. Get them out of the way. Let me see if it's gonna. So you can see she sits on top. She's on top. All right. And I'll see if it's got the curved base or scallop base letters. Let's check the H. Yep, there's scallop base. The I's, bottom of the T. The I, see the scallop base. It's got the V in the middle. It's got that kick in the guts. The other one is just flat. That's the other one. Let me just try and do this without doing what I'm doing. Yeah, so we're going to get in focus. So this top one is the 3.5 claw. It's got the scallop. That's flat based. They're all flat based. They've got no scallop on them. They just come down straight, angled down towards the field. But these are scalloped. So, like I said, that's all I need to do is when I turn the coin over, there's a complete difference between those two. She's sunk and she is on top. So you can tell them, I can tell them straight away, look at the difference when you look at her to that one. Flat. So I just turn them over, I don't even need that, I just know they're 81s. So anyway, another 81 out of Willy's MilkBar coins. Oh, well, I haven't even turned it over yet, have I? That's how confident I am. I'm wobbling the whole table. The setup I've got here is just crazy. Anyway, there it is. 3.5 claw, or the half claw, the very first one. And you can see the other one was bigger too. This one's, it's about 2/5, I reckon. 3/5. I can't get this stupid thing to. Oh, let's zoom in. Maybe if I don't touch it. Oh, anyway, so there's one from Willy's. Said, you know, get one in $10, but if you get $20 or 20s, you'll be really hard pressed if you didn't find an 81, 3.5 claw. Canadian minted, not a difill Canberra or difill Welsh. I am so hot here. I've got this fan at the back. I'm in the back room. They got flooded out and drenched. And it's pretty hot. I think it's about, I don't know, it's about 34 or 5 outside. And I'm in here with no fan, with just a fan. This one? Canberra, Welsh. It's been knocked. But anyway, we'll just go straight here. It's concaved on the top. Yep, there's all the claws, they're all there. So yeah, you can just tell, just without turning them over. You can't see her. It's dipped. Don't know what pressures they use. They might have used 400 tons. Is it 400 tons pressure? And Canada only used like 200 tons of pressure, or 150 compared to 250 or something. But anyway, there's different pressures they use. Canada was a bit gentler on their coin. They didn't want to smash the Queen because they loved the Queen, you know. Well, they did. They gotta love Charles. But yeah, they loved the Queen, and they obviously didn't want to smash the coins too hard too. I don't know. Oh, you going, Christine? I can't see it. Hold on, let me see if I can get something to come up on my. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, all right. So see you later. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Christine, for dropping in. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Steve. They got to be on the rim. It just makes sense. But on the 50 cents, you can't have them. You can't have cogs on 50 cents. We don't even have reading on them. You can only find them the $2 collar. That's the only ones like Reef has got there. That's all I've ever found. You can't get them on 50 cents. What are you getting? What's causing the cog? It's got the collar's what causes it. So 50 cents don't have reading. So yeah, I can't agree with that one. That's just, it's been hit with a 20 cents, a 10 cents, a $2 or a dollar. It's been hit, you know, it's been hit with something with a reading. Go on there, but yeah, they you know, people could collect them. That's up to them. But as for being an error variety, no, they're damaged coins. And as for being on anywhere other than the rim, impossible. And to be on a 50 cent piece, impossible. You can't get on there. It's just impossible. The only ones you can get it on these coins that have got reading. Yeah, it doesn't matter, Steve. You won't convince me, mate. They don't exist. It's been hit. I've done it all, been through it. No, yeah, everyone needs to look it up. That's what I said about cogs and all that. But that's all you've got is a coin that's been hit by another coin. That's all it can be. It can't be anything else. And as I said, if anybody knows, tell me, but I want to know in technical detail, and you know, but you can't convince me because there's no reading on a 50 cents, and you can't get reading past that edge, and it's got to be caused from that collar on here, and it'll be in the series of dots. Yeah, it's just impossible. No one's going to convince me. They're a damaged coin. That's it. That's all. If on the collar, yep. On the very rim edge, yeah. But other than that, no. I mean, I've done my Sherlock Holmes. I've investigated. I've done the homework. I've searched it. I've not just, you know, I've searched it. I've done the homework. And not send it to Sim or anyone else. You need a professional to be looking at it, mate. Take it down to the coin shop. But, you know, he's going to tell you the same as me. If he knows his stuff, that it's impossible to have. They don't exist. Only the two, only on the only on that edge, and the only ones I've got is $2 coins. I haven't found it on. I haven't found it. Maybe I did on a 5-cent piece. You know, I might have found one on a 5-cent piece on the rim edge with some cog marks, but the cog marks go down. They're not even those cog marks that we're talking about. They look different on them too. So cog marks done by the collar that actually causes that's on that top rim, actually doesn't look anything like the ones that are caused from being hit by other coins. Or somebody just getting a hammer. I just said I could go in and get a hammer and put on a 50 cents, on $1, $2, I could just hammer, you know, we get a brand new 10-cent or 20-cent that's really sharp. I could go to town making cog coins, because this is the only way they can be done. They can't be done in the mint. Anyway, each to his own, but that doesn't mean people can't collect them, because that's up to yourself. You might like the pattern of them and where they are and the coin that they're on. But they can never be called an error or anything other than a damaged coin, unless it's on that rim. But anyhow, that's my gripe on them. But I've done the homework, and, you know, because I was like, how did it happen? I've done this years ago. I want to know everything and how it happens. And being a mechanic, I like to get things right down to the mechanical stage and really good. And I know how that press works, and I've used that during mechanics, the same thing for doing bearings and all that stuff, all the same thing, had to set it all up the same. And I just, for the hell of it, I just can't have it. But anyway, I think my phone's going to die. It is. It's gone black. It's gone. Oh, look, all right, I'm going to have to go through these myself later. But like I said, the computer, I haven't even been able to see what people are saying, because, is it locked up? Oh no, there. Oh yeah, the email. Yeah, my email address is in my About Me. Yeah, but it's got to be dead set clear, no fuzzy, no nothing. And I know straight away I'm not going to accept it. I'll tell you, there's no chance of me accepting a cog coin. Oh, I've got back on. How's that? Yeah, it's simply because I've done my homework. I'm not just calling it out and people saying, oh, I saw this, and following everybody else's trend that haven't done the homework yet and wishing that it was what people are saying. But the fact is, there's no basis to it. There's absolutely no basis to a cog coin. It's like the HH on the $2. It just started up for people to try and make money on this so-called cog coins. That happened in the early 2000s. And I think Australia Bank Coins and Banknotes has done a thing on that too. But yeah, I just, as a mechanic and working it, I can't see how anything can do that. There's nothing inside there that can do it. There's just nothing in there. Yeah, and they should be obtuse as well, not stuck in, is the other thing that would get me. Because they would be cutting into the die if it was in there, and wouldn't that make it stand up, not go down? I mean, yeah, anyway. So, what have I got here? I'll just quickly turn these. 2018, they're hard to find. They're low mint. I think they're 3.1 or something, aren't they? Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty good. My screen here, I don't know if you guys are seeing, but I don't know what's going on. I think I'm in front of the window, and I think the sun's coming over and coming through now, which means that, let me see if I move this, that white background might not be very good. That's all I can tell anybody. If you're looking for errors and varieties, don't call it until you've done your homework. Don't follow a trend where somebody's saying something and you actually haven't even done the homework for it, and then you join the bandwagon and keep it going when the actual whole thing is just BS. You got to do your homework. And again, we're back to people getting ripped off on eBay with those cog coins, and they're not nothing. They're not worth anything. They're damaged coins, and I can make 1 million of them all day. Well, not 1 million, but I could do tons of them all day with a hammer and a good coin. Yeah, so I've been through all that, and I've done all the homework, checked it out, because I wanted to find out myself, because I'm a seller. If they're real, I want them because I want to sell them. So you understand, I had to do I did heaps of research because I want to sell them. And as I said to you, I won't sell anything unless I know exactly that it's it. It can't be ifs, buts, or nothing. It has to be spot on. And the end result was I can't sell cog coins because they're damaged coins and they don't exist. The only ones I have sold, and I got photos of them, is the $2 coins with the cog marks on the top of the rim here, which is in line with anything that you'll read from people that have and do know how a die works and how the strike works. And that's all you'll find is it can only be on there. That's it. It's like people saying you can get die clash on here. You can't get die clash on there. Only on the flats can you get die clash. If you did on there, it'd be like 1,000,000 to 1. Not saying it can't happen, 1,000,000 to 1, but it's always on the flats for the die clash, not here, because that has been cut into the die. How does the clash get inside a hole? It can't. When dies clash, only the flats touch each other, which means it'll always only be on the fields, because that's the only thing touched. That doesn't get touched. So if you're looking for die clash, on the fields, always on the flats. On the flats, in the flats. The only place. Anyway, I can't do any more here. My lights, cactus, everything's going on. The picture on the TV isn't too bad. I just got a real bad, yeah, it's a little bit because the sun's coming in on it. But it's blacking out my screen. I think people might know when you got a screen, you got the sun there, it goes black, but the camera's actually showing that there. But look, I'll quickly, in case there's an 85 in here, something. Sounds. Oh, 2018. Can't even see. 13. That was a 2018, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good score. You know, I just casually picked that out of there, but well, they're not easy to come by. 2018s. Put that one over there. Yeah. Oh, look, these are all 5-cent pieces, so I'm not doing them. That's another 200. So I've been on here long enough, I think. All right, Steve, let's have a look. Oh, I haven't even got my email. Oh, I've got my email open. Oh yeah, those ones. That's the one Sim was asking me about. That's aftermarket, mate. I reckon that I said to her that there's a few of these that have got around, and I reckon they're getting out. They're dropping down onto a cog. Yeah. So yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, that's what I reckon is being caught in a wheel. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the edge. I'm thinking you're talking about the cog marks that I'm saying on the here, inside here, other than the rim, in here. Well, that is on the rim, but the thing is, the 50 cents doesn't have reading. All right, so the only way that's getting done is, well, I put a theory to it that it's come out and it's gone down between somewhere, and it's caught on the wheel, and it's rolled with it and then back out and got that wheel on it. The other thing that you would have to check with that is you'd have to look to see what's underneath the collar in the press of that 50 cents. So in other words, if the collar's lifted up, no, it can't work. See, if the collar was lifted up, and that came down, why is the metal not extruded out? Why is it pushed in? So if you've got a collar problem and it's a partially jammed collar where the collar didn't come down all the way, and it's been struck out of collar, and that went underneath the collar, and it was hitting what might have been springs or something that holds the collar there, I would expect that there'd be extrusion going on. It'd be coming out from the pressure from when it got struck, that it had pushed out the side of it. So, but it's pushed in. It looks like a knurl that, you know, when you do knurling, anyone's done metal work on the handles of things for grip, it's called knurling in the lathe. Well, that's what knurling looks like too. And that's why I went straight for that it's been jammed in a wheel somewhere, come out of the mint into an area being jammed. It's on a few different coins. So it could be. But if it was a collar, more, you know, if the collar lifted up and that got down and, you know, I think, yeah, you know, it's really hard to say if it's partial collar or not, because partial tilted collar, because it's not all the way around and it stops there. And I said to Sim, the very first thing to me, 50 cents, it doesn't have cogs there. What's underneath the collar? Well, you know, I don't know what holds it together, the collar. That could be the teeth on the collar that squeezes the collar, and the collar's been up a bit and it's gone out and pushed into the teeth, but it hasn't lost any shape. It's just cut into it really nice. Where's the rest of the metal that it took away? To me, I reckon it's an after effect. It happened after it was minted, came out, went down and got rolled in some wheels, some cog wheels, and I don't know, back out. They swept them off the floor, put them back in the hopper, I don't know. But that one there would probably be one for the mint to exactly what is causing that. But I'm reckoning that it's damaged after it's been struck, post-mint damage. That's what I'm going on, because I still can't get it if the collar, it would, you know, it'd be like coins that are struck outside of collar are out here. That thing's kept its shape perfectly. It's just a nice cut into here with ribs on it, that if you look like something that it might have dropped into and it got jammed, went a little bit and spat back out. That's why it's only done that little bit. But that's what it looks like to me. Can't be planchet floor because that would have got squashed out when, as well. So yeah, as for it being struck out of collar, I can't buy it because it ain't got no deformity to it. There's nothing going on. So I reckon it's after, and it's dropped down between some wheels or something and got jammed in there. Anyway, but you'll have to ask the mint. That's my go on it. Yeah, Sim had a couple of them. Yeah, you can see on that second shot, look at the way it is. It's been pushed into, it's been pushed up into the A and to the O more than Sim's has. It's like the top, it's been pushed up. It's got the cog mark there, pushed up there, and here pushed up, as if it's gonna get pushed over. And to get that push, we're talking it's getting minted straight down. how the hell did it get minted with those edges like that if it was what was it when, oh, I can't think of the name now, the error, when it moves just a bit and it actually strikes with the corner being out of whack and makes it scalloped all around. You've got what looks like that, but only in 2 spots. It hasn't done anywhere else, which means that the actual 50 cents was sitting correctly in its collar because all corners are square, that I can see there, except for those 2 and maybe a little bit to the right next one. And so it's been pushed up. You can't have any, nothing can be pushed up if it's been struck. Everything's going to be flat no matter what's in there. So it's pushed up, so it's after. That has to be after because it's been hit afterwards. If it had been while it was struck, it would be flat on those rim edge, and it's not. It's lifted up like it's been hammered on the side and hammered on the side. I reckon it's gone down and got bang, jammed in damaged coin after. Anyway, Steve knows what I'm talking about. He's got the photos. But that's my go on that one because back to his. Yeah, because if that got struck like that, you wouldn't have no lifts at all. No lifts at all. It'll be pushed in. The I can't think of that wood where the 50 cents go out. I had one. Anyway, it's out of kilt from where it sits in. But you get it on every corner of the 50 cents ends up being flat and pushed in and lifted because the collar did that with the strike. But with that 50 cents that you got there, there's only 2 points here. It's not those points on the collar. So it didn't sit out of collar. It was sitting in there perfectly because all the rest are fine. But you've got these lifts here and a lift there. And to have a lift and a lift, it can't be when it got struck because that's what every corner will come out like when it's struck. No matter what's on there. 300 tons of pressure or 150 tons of pressure sorts out anything on there. Including any die cracks too. Die cracks and also die clash can be worn away within 5 to 100 coins can be gone from the hitting of the die actually repairs itself. Alright, so that's why die clashes are hard because they repair themselves within about 5 to 100 coins. The die will be back to flat again after hitting all the coins. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that's damaged afterwards. It's in the mint, I'd say, but it's fallen down, and it seems they might have that problem with a few of their 50 cent pieces. That whatever it is when they're coming out of the hopper or whatever, they're jumping out too many or whatever, and it's going down this side and into a wheel jammed or whatever, and they've got to clean up their coins anyway. Can't leave them around, and they throw them back in. But on the honest side of it, you need to ask the mint on that one. But to me, they're after. It's after struck damage, post mint damage from machinery. It's been jammed in some machinery. But yeah, if it was a true strike error, it'd be dead flat. Dead flat. Like that home away one that I've got that struck through and got the brokerage on it. Everything's dead flat. Struck throughs, when they happen, they're always dead flat. There's no rim, there's no lift, there's no in, there's no out. They're just dead flat. Anyway, I've got to go. But thanks, Steve, for sending that. But yeah, it's yeah. No, the blank planchet won't matter. No, you got to understand that planchet, if it was like that prior to going in, it would be flat edged when it come out. I just said 150 tons of pressure will sort every coin back to being what it should be. So if it had a planchet problem, it would have been squashed out. You would see like a flat there, but you wouldn't have that defined like you got. It can't be in the strike because it's too visible. So it's not in the strike, Steve. It would be dead flat. It can't be the planchet before that because when it went in and got struck with all that pressure, the metal where that cogs are, would have pushed out. All that metal would have pushed out, and it would have leveled up, and it would have been the right shape for the 50 cent with some you know, you would have seen some flattened out reading bit that was here, but you wouldn't have that cut because the metal would just be smacked out into that collar. So it's not in the strike, it would be flattened out. Not completely, but it'd be right out and nearly gone. It would level up within there. So not, and you got edges, lifted edges, no, impossible, can't do that. That's 150 tons, 200 tons, sorts out everything. So that's after, for sure. Whatever's happened to it, it's got jammed and hit, and those marks on it. And it'd have to be a turning wheel because, well, 50-cent pieces are pretty solid, and the only thing I can think of that would have any power at all to do that would be wheels, the machinery that's turning and made that coins that fall into them don't stop them. Otherwise they'd be having the machine stopped all the time. So they got some really heavy machinery, and anything drops down in there, it ain't going to stop reduction, mate. It's going to do what it did to your coin. It's going to show the machine won and not the coin. Anyway, that's my go on it, but best thing is check with the mint, but I'll stick with that's post-mint damage done from machinery, personally. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got to go. All right, so thanks very much. Thanks for the pictures, Steve. That was really good. But they're still good to look at. They're still good to look at. I can't call it air or variety because it's post-mint damage, but they're still good to look at and still good to you know, to collect anyway. I find them fascinating. I've shown you guys heaps of coins that I find fascinating. Even that 68 I had real nice with the fingerprint on it. I think there was only me and two other people really appreciated whose fingerprint, because it had to be done when it was uncirculated and the coin was pristine. So, you know, anyway, every coin's got a story. That's got a story to it, but you know, the fact is, you know, the mint would be able to explain it better, but just me doing my Sherlock, you know, I go through everything in my head. And I'm not saying I'm right or not, I just do a mechanical thing. I just I'll just picture that. I've got the striking going, I've got everything going in my head, I'm picturing it, and I can't picture it. I can picture it coming out, falling down, going through one cog, popped out, in the clean up, pick them up, and put them in the hopper, and out they went. But anyway, so yeah, that was good fun, good stuff. Coins, well, one 2018, an 81, 281, 3.5 claws, 2003, Steve's favourite coin, I think Steve loves these coins, 2003, I do, volunteers, and 2011, International Women's. That was all those four, but two 81s again, I say, Willy's all the time. And I've still got these 5 cents. Out of the other 5 cents, the 200 of them, there was nothing in there. So I've got to check these. So basically, you know, I'm just showing, I'm keeping that one I showed it, I don't want it. But I do want the 2018, 10 cents. It's like the 2018, 50 cents. Totally underrated, for sure. Still a low mint for the 10 cent though, 3.1. The 50 cents isn't, you know, but it's up there in the, was it 5 mil? So, but I still think the 2018 50 cents in the conditions you can still find them are worth keeping down the track. Now I just got this feeling, I was a 71, not an 81. So 1971, nice one, and the 1981 3.5 claw. I've got my glasses on, but I'm pulling my head back. It actually wasn't too bad. It's probably one of the nicest ones I've found for quite a while anyway, the 71. They're normally all pretty khaki. That's got a little green on it, as Julie said, but that I'm not worried about. It's really, you know, with that one, it's not too bad. That's nice, Nick. And 2018. So yeah, just those so far. 70 cents and a New Zealand 5 cents. Somewhere, that, like I said. And now out of circulation. That's all I got out of the last lot of 5 cents. Just that New Zealand 5 cents out of circulation now. 95. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to check through these, and you know, I hope there's a couple of 72s in there or something. It'd be real good. look, I can't help myself just looking while I'm telling you, just in case I can say, yeah, there's a 72 sitting there looking at me. No. Alright, gotta go. Thanks a lot. Anyway, I'll be around tomorrow, whatever, doing more noodling, more videos. I'll pop up anytime. Got to get my other game sorted out to get that ready for having a game on there for my third game, and get some prizes together. I've made the badge already for that one, so that's all ready. I'll just show you the badge. I've already made the badge. There's the special badge for the next winner of the next game, my next game. So that'll be the third game that I've created. The other two we've played, turned out really good, and this is the third one. I've got about 4 in the works. So whoever wins the next one, that's their badge already waiting. Special badge for them. Yeah, so, and I know I'll get a couple of coins there and stickers and stuff. So yes, alright, so I'm off ski. Thanks very much. That was standard 2 hours for me. It's amazing. And I don't do it on purpose, I swear. It's just gone so quick. I don't know what the rest of the family do when I'm doing this. Alright, so yeah, thanks Steve, Julie, Reef, Jobby, Get Some, you're still there. Thanks for staying in. I know they go for a long time. I'm like the other people, you know, Rose, Hazel. I can't, and Christine, she's gone now. But I can't help myself, you know. I told the other day that every coin's got a story, and then Steve will throw that in. I said I've got this OCD so many times now. I've got to check, and that's the thing. I've got to check. I've got to research. If I don't know, I'll go and find out until I can get to the Sherlock Holmes, and that's the final answer for me. I always call it the Sherlock Holmes. That means I can't go any further. And when I'm at that stage, then I need other people to show me proof of that. But otherwise, I'm as hard-nosed as, man. I've got to the end and that's it. And whatever the answer is the answer. What's this one? Look at that. Just looked at this over here. Hey? Look at the condition that's in. Well, let's just take away that little bit of crap there that can be taken out with a toothpick. But look at that for a 71. That is in immaculate condition. Eh? You have to buy a mid set to get one. I'll be keeping that. I don't normally keep them any flies, but you know, I can make a 71 set up. I've got the 71, nice 71 20 sets I've just got, and now I've got the sister to it. Yeah. Hey? That's too good. Look at that. Somebody's gone into their 71s down at Willy's. All right, that's good. That's a good score. That's a good score. 71, you know, it's 5 cents. So that's 72 you want. 71. They're probably 24 million. Everything's all right up high. So that's really hard to find. That's the, well, you wouldn't hear me carrying on if it was every day anyway, put it this way. If you hear me carrying on about something, just make note. It doesn't happen all the time. So yes, that was just sitting down. I've got this zoom. Come on, baby, come there. It was just sitting down here. It was just bright. It just caught my eye. That was a good score. A 71 in that condition. 72 in that condition. Ooh, that would have been $30 coin. Easy, even more for that. All right, I'm going in. Yeah, 2003 20 cents. Yeah, it does. You can get. I found them with. Somewhere here, I can't remember, but I sold a couple, had cuds on them. But the piece of resistance on this one is finding that die crack. The one that comes off here, I had it on uncirculated. Beautiful die crack right across, because I got these in rolls. You know, I used to buy everything in rolls and sell them. And I bought them in rolls to look for the error coins, because that's where the money is. And I know tons of rolls to get that have got the die cracks in them. Anyway, so yeah, the 2003, that die crack there, that's the beauty on it. If that's the one you're talking about, not a 5 cent piece, but the 20 cent, but yeah. All right, Julie, everyone, I've got to go. Thanks very much. When I start that game, I see a 2001. Oh, I've been looking at all the 2001, Steve. Is that one there? That's a 21. Yeah, I've been checking them for the flamingo. All the ones I checked before, but no, I haven't found one myself as yet. But I didn't really know about them until they cropped up because I don't go looking through the book. So, nearly all the stuff that I find with the errors now, I find because I find them. It's not because it's a book or anything. I find them, and you should be finding them yourself if you're really into it and you're actually checking the coins all over, like Julie's doing. You should, and you find them, yeah. But I haven't found one of them, and as I said, that's sort of a recent thing I was told about. But I check them anyway, so I'm sure if I'd seen one, I would have kept it. Because you can pick up cuds on these pretty easy. You stand back and just stare, get that light in there. Even right back here, without having any magnifying glass on it, I can see on there, and just see a little scale of SD, so you know it's there. Anyway. I'm just desperately seeking that 72 that might just pop out of nowhere and be under a heap of crap like that. Oh, can you believe of all the coins that I've gone and dug out? Look at the date. Of all the coins that I dug out, there you go. So now I can show you the 271s side by side. Look at that for a difference, eh? Massive difference. Massive. Yeah, nice 71. Too bad 172, isn't it? Here's a foreign coin. It's got to be. Yeah, I thought so. Fiji. Look at that. I think that swam here. It's dead flat. Nearly everything's missing on it. It's flat. The design. Go on. Yeah, it is. Let me see if that's an error. No, but it's a pretty weak struck. It's been weeks. It's weak struck, is for sure. No worries that it's extremely weak. It's there, but it is. It just stood out to me as I picked it up. But it looks really flat, and the edging looks weird. But yeah, weak struck, I'd say. I'll put that one there. Anyway, I'm going. All right, ta-da, everybody. Have a good day. Listen to me all day and all night. You got something restricted there. You got to watch what you say there because I don't have moderators. As you can see, I haven't got any. I've got it under control for now. With spamming and everything else. But people do have to be subscribed. That's the one thing to come in, because that's the main one that gets rid of all the spamming. And a drooling flamingo. I haven't heard of that one. All right. Yeah, all right. I haven't seen that. It's the names we give them are just amazing, aren't they? But again, I give names to things I find because it increases the price. All right, yeah. So giving names to things can increase the price, but I don't like when names are given to things to increase the price when it's not an error or nothing, and people are just trying to rip other people off. That's just not on. I can't help myself. Oh, is that another 71? Oh, that's the lucky I saw that. I put it back in there for some reason. I knew from the green that's mine. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Lucky. Oh, I wouldn't have lost it. Find it again, but anyhow, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna eat. I can't stop looking. See, it never stops. There's always something to find. It's always good fun. Yeah, Julie's in there for the game. Yes. All right, thank you. I'm going to take off. Steve, pictures too similar but separate. Yeah, so the 50 cents. Anyway, send them because I'm hot. I've got to go. I've only got a fan on me. I think it's a. Oh look, I've got the temperature here. There you go. This is my package. Prick. There. 33. Right, no aircon. I'm just standing here. All windows are shut and I've got a stinking little fan blowing on my back. So 2 hours of heating it up in here. Oh, the 5 cent flamingo. Yeah, sorry, Steve. Yeah. Send it through. Yeah, I'll be interested to see that you got a flamingo, which is already really, if you want to call it, a dribbling bloody cud, and then you got one coming off that, I gather. Yeah. All right, no worries. Yeah, send them through, and I'll check them. And I got to go because truth is, I haven't eaten today. I haven't had breakfast. I haven't eaten anything at all day. No, I haven't. Jeez, I don't even know what the time is at the moment. I've got clocks around here everywhere. Oh man, I've got to go. It's 5:20. I haven't even had breakfast. It's bloody lunch and tea. Tea time. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so I've got to go eat some food and cool down. I don't have a pool either, so that's a bummer. Yes, drooling flamingo. Alright, Steve, send that through. And thanks very much, everybody. And yeah, keep your ears open and notes on for my next game. Julie, you've got a place. I already put you in that. That's a spot for that. You deserve it, so you're in. But not yet. I've got to go through it. I've got the board out. I've got to get the other. I've got the other stuff out. I've just got to read through the rules and stuff. And I don't know, a couple of days maybe. All right. So thanks very much for everything, and talk to everybody next time. I don't know, how do you, what's a good way of finishing? H out anyway. H has left the building. Ta-da, have a good day. It's stinking hot. Bye.